Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe. Welcome to the 2199th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. And guess what? We hit the Omni target dead on the year-end target. Go America. All right, enough of that. Let's go back to work. Hey, we hit the year-end target. Can you believe it? That target was posted before the Corona drop, all the way up. We smacked the year-end target. Is that insane? Now, there is enough time to work our way towards the second year-end target, whether it hits in December or Jan. 4035 is on the docket. Traders, before we get into the video being filmed on Thursday Night for Trading Friday, December 4th, 2020, please know that this is a very risky game. You can lose more money than you have in your trading accounts if you are in futures, if you are in options, if you don't understand the difference between short or long, and especially if you do not place your protective stops first, you can be wiped out in this game. Please know that. You can make a lot of money in this game too, and that's what we're here for, but use those protective stops to make sure you are knocked out of a bad trade, especially if you freeze. A stop then is your best friend. Make sure you use them. All right, so for trading on Friday, there's a lot on my board. Let's start covering it. We talked about the Omni target getting hit. Okay. Next on the board, neutral Omni in the Russell 2K for Friday. Much like Thursday's neutral Omni, or Oscarism trade, if you will, in the S&P, which worked out really well today, didn't it, guys? We will buy long based on the strength of the bull flag breakout in the Russell that just happened. So on Wednesday night into Thursday, we broke out of a bull flag in even the S&P, and we used that to buy the S&P, and it went up, and OmniX made money, and hooray, hooray. Thursday night for Friday, same situation, neutral Omni, but Russell now just broke out of its bull flag, and we will use the strength of that instead of the Omni signal to buy a dip in the Russell 2000 for trading on Friday. Second thing, and I'll show you some pretty charts. Second thing on the board is this. The dollar index right now is becoming that huge monster in the room that no one wants to talk about, right? The huge, what is he called, 190-pound gorilla, whatever they call him. The big gorilla in the room. Nobody wants to talk about. And you know what? It's not such a bad spot yet for the dollar, but let's talk about it. Dollar's continued drop is becoming very appetizing to foreign investors. However, the dollar is not so low at this point that it's creating havoc abroad. Or any big issues, nor any big issues. Not yet. If the dollar drops too much, I like to call it, you start hearing the noise or the humming of the blockheads in the street. Meaning basically the whole world starts saying, the dollar's too low, it's killing us, our currency's going too high, creating inflation. You're not hearing any of that yet, right? But what you do have is the dollar dropping slowly, not too scary yet. The world's not panicking, but it makes foreign investment to like real estate. If you've got euros and you want to come here and buy our real estate, wow, is it cheap for you right now? Our raw materials, our goods and services, products that we create, the businesses in the U.S. right now that are hurting so bad due to Corona, you think they're cheap for you? If you wanted to buy a restaurant 2 years ago that was $2 million and now it's $200,000, think how cheap it is for a European, right? So it's spurring investment in this country. Bonds are worth coming to this country for. What? I mean, could you imagine? But bonds are good if you're in Europe and you got negative interest rates and you take that money and buy U.S. dollars and buy U.S. bonds. You just went from a negative interest rate to a positive 1%. It's like a 2% move almost in your interest from where it was in Europe to what you get in the U.S. So my point is, it's appetizing right now, and it's smart for them to come take advantage of our fire sale. However, you can't just fly in and come with empty suitcases, as me and a buddy discussed the other day. You know, I remember back in 2008 through 12, Europeans came in with suitcases empty, went shopping like crazy here, got back on the plane and went home with our stuff because it was so cheap compared to their currency and ours. But you can't come here now, but you can buy this stuff in many other ways, our assets, and I'll show you some charts to prove that. But there is an issue coming our way. The issue is that because our assets are so cheap now, and if the dollar keeps going lower, they're even cheaper for outside investment, This is not political now because we know that Biden's basically the president. And I don't know if they could possibly overturn it. Forget about all of that. Let's move forward. Now that Biden's our president, we've got to get behind him and say, hey, he's our president. What do we know about him? We do know that while he was vice president for 8 years, this kind of covert deal that no one really heard about was made during his vice presidency, allowing China to list IPOs on our exchanges, get this, without any proof of their books, without any accounting, without anything that we would have to do. I would be put in jail if I put a company IPO on the stock exchange in the U.S. and faked my books. China made a deal with Biden and Obama, but I think Biden helped push it through, and this is not a political thing. Let's talk about where we're going. And for what happened with that deal, companies like Luckin Coffee, another company, IQE, I believe it's called, its symbol is IQ, it's responsible for 30% of Baidu's income, and that was found cooking the books. Baidu is on our exchanges. It just gets worse. So they've allowed China to come in during their administration, or during his administration, to come in and basically rip us off for hundreds of billions of dollars with fake bullshit companies that we would go to jail for. So Trump came in, and I think he reversed that this year, actually. But Biden's coming back, and right now, because foreign investment is wonderful here, the Chinese are going to come in and buy up everything. We're going to be calling them the Bidenese, if you ask me. Now, the thing that we need to do is not fight it. If he's our president, you get behind him and we warm up to China. And what's going to happen is going to happen. We need to make money off of it. But I think we're going to watch in the next 4 years a lot of our prize assets get sold off, because you can take that money and give it to the people of America and let them stay home and not work. And you can sell our assets off to China. And this is where I think we're going. I hope not. Our job is to make money off of whatever the hell happens next. I don't care what it is that they do. I'm not a politician and I cannot fix it. But we've got to pay attention to what we're seeing so that we can make money off of it. So I'm telling you now, if Biden, and it looks like will be our president going forward, warm up to China, warm up to their companies, whether they're fake or not, because we're going to be doing a lot of business with them moving forward. That's been proven with the facts I just told you. Now he's in the driver's seat. Just think what he can do to raise a bunch of money to give out to poor people in this country and say, don't worry, we just sold New York to China. We're giving the money out to you poor people. So it's I don't think they'll sell New York entirely, but I'll bet you some of our prize buildings go. Anyway, that's what kind of should happen based on what we've seen in the past. And the charts, the Chinese charts look great right now. Our charts look great right now because our stocks are worth buying if you're from China or Europe or anywhere else because of our dollar, as I mentioned. So this isn't all bad. This is good stuff we're talking about, except for that it will water down our country dramatically. But hey, we're not politicians. So this is what I'm seeing based on what's happened in the past and all the paying attention that I do. And we've seen facts, right? And facts are such that, Biden's kind of friendly with the Chinese. So the Bidenese are coming, people. Get ready. All right, so with no further ado, well, maybe just a little, just to remind you, I am teaching the Omni in February of 2021 to only 3 students. Send your applications in now. If you want to come out to Omni Camp, it is a 4-day, 5-night extravaganza here with me, training, learning how to use the Omni exactly the way I use it, but only 3 of you will be chosen out of the stack that I will receive of applications. Fill out your applications at livewithoscar.com, or if you really want to fill out a little bit longer questionnaire and tell me more about yourselves, please go to omnibootcamp.com and fill out your OmniCamp applications there. Remember, 3 seats only. We're having a camp in February. Make sure you fill out your applications. If you don't mind, humor me. I just want to show you what some of the Omni campers have said from the previous Omni camp. Take a look, traders.
You always think, am I really going to learn it, right? And the reality is that you do learn it.
Yeah, I thought that it was kind of a short amount of time to learn that much knowledge, but he found a way to put all that into your head and in an easy way to where you're leaving confident.
I'd never expected Oscar to take the time afterwards to come in at night, read my notes, and make comments on the notes, answer questions I had written down, make comments on my, you misunderstand this is how it should be. That's just phenomenal. For a guy to take that extra mile, I mean, he's already taught it to you that day. And to come in and say, let me see what you wrote down, do you really understand it? When you don't have any idea he's going to do that. Absolutely. This just blew my mind when I saw that.
Traders, the Russell 2000, look at that bull flag. You've seen this in last night's video. Nice support line. In last night's video, I showed you an S&P with a wonderful flag, as well as the Russell, I believe. But the S&P was the target yesterday, and it looked like that. And I said we're going to buy off the strength of that little breakout in the S&P. Well, now let's move forward. Thursday night for Friday, it's the same in Russell. I've got a neutral Omni, but I've got a good enough reason to want to get long, and that's what we will do. The S&P, that was Thursday's trade. We did the same thing. We bought on the strength of that breakout, and that was the right thing to do so far. And you stayed inside the channel, so Russell looks to me like it's next for Friday, and that's what we're going to go after. At the same time, your NASDAQ is building a nice little channel after a breakout of that major resistance. Got to like the channel it's in. Nothing wrong with that indice either. And then there's dollar index. Now, this is what I was mentioning. It's okay at the price it's at now, right? Dollars at 90, that's okay. Dollars at 80, that won't be okay. But right now we're in a sweet spot, honeymoon spot, where it's a wonderful thing for foreign investment, and it's not killing Americans right now. Is it creating some inflation? Well, that's a different story. It's making assets move higher. Well, what do I mean by that? Okay, so we know the dollar's been in a nice drop for quite some time, making foreign investment cheaper here. It also makes things like Bitcoin go up. Look at the rally Bitcoin has enjoyed since dollar has been going down. And Bitcoin's doing really well. You know, we have our target of 27,000. We'll see if it gets there in a year. Crude oil. Look what's starting to happen in crude now. First, you made a pennant flag, broke out in pennant flag. Now it's built a bull flag, and you should break out to the upside of that bull flag. And the bull flag was built above the highs of the previous run-up. That also gives it more support right there because you're building it above that last peak. So, you got to like the crude, another asset moving higher due to dollars getting cheaper. Look at copper. I mean, talk about the run in copper. That is exactly what a chart's supposed to look like, right? Starting on the left bottom and working its way all the way to the top right. If you're staring and looking at your chart, that's what you hope to see. Beautiful chart there. Another asset moving higher due to the dollar's drop. Look at the run soybeans have had so far. Soybeans, nice stair step higher, nice flag type thing going on here. The important thing is the rally in price, because as we know, if commodities are priced in dollars, if the dollars drop, the commodities rally. Let's call that a teeter-totter. You know, you're sitting on one side, someone's on the other, you go up and down like the seesaw in the park. Well, if dollars go down, it pushes the price of the assets higher. Stocks, commodities, you name it. Real estate. Look at corn. Now, this one's a really, really interesting specimen. I pulled this out in my chat room, trading room, my live trading room, which you can find at futurestraders.com, free of charge. Come join us. In my trading room, I pulled this chart and I said, wow, look at that. One of my favorite traders in the trading room, Sun King, my buddy Ben, loves corn, so I figured he'd like this chart. And I said, look, we fell out of that channel. This is yesterday, or I should say this is Wednesday. Fell out of the channel. I showed them this chart and I said, falling out of the channel is something that does not happen. Temporary maybe, but that's it. This should go back in the channel. If it does, then you can think about buying corn. Wednesday, this is what happened on Thursday. We are back in that channel. Now, I kid you not, it does not break below this channel. So it looks like that is a buy signal on its own, pure, simplified analysis. That's a hold. And each time we hold, we race to the highs of this channel. So, we'll race to the high of the channel, which wouldn't even fit on the chart right now. Thank you, dollar moving lower. And there it is. I just wanted you to look at it again. All of that I showed you is being brought to us by the lovely slow decline in the U.S. dollar. Now, again, it's not detrimental to us Americans, nor to traders around the world, unless it really spirals lower. Right now, we're still in a honeymoon area. It's not bad here, so do not panic. Traders, you've seen the charts. That's my technical argument for why I just mentioned all this stuff to you. You've seen what the Omni camper said. I promise you, I will make you say the same thing. I promise. See what they said about me and about Omni in the video? You will have the same result. Just come on out to Las Vegas. livewithoscar.com. Fill out your OmniCamp applications or call me. 702-629-4755. Speak to me directly and I'll qualify you and see if you did qualify and would be approved for one of the 3 exclusive seats at this February's OmniCamp. Traders, that's it. I'm out of here. Remember, put your stops in. Have a great weekend. These markets are doing fantastic things. Omni has killed it this month already. Killed it last month. Has had a great week this week. And will have a great month of December. We nailed the target. The Omni is just running on all 8 cylinders. Come on down. Make sure. You know, I give out trading recommendations every day. I take my traders through these fantastic trades. Some lose. Many, many, many win, and I give you signals as we're trading. Get in, place your stop first, then get in here. Profit objective is there. Now get out and cancel your stop. I work with you the entire day and night till you're out of the trade. Direct signals from me. If you would like that, once again, livewithoscar.com, just join the Platinum service or call me, 702-629-4755. Traders, remember to keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do to keep those emotions at bay, and believe me, I know it's not easy, but if you place your stops first and you don't overtrade, you're in a good spot. Then when you are in a trade, say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and by now you cats should know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Thank you for tuning in. Please make sure you subscribe, and I will see you all at livewithoscar.com. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.